I'm Dr. Kirby Thompson, licensed naturopathic doctor, owner and operator of Wildflower Wellness. And today we are here for Dr. Kirby's Pick, August 2023. And our topic this month is gut health. Now, gut health is a huge topic that would take 6 or 8 months, maybe longer, on social media. So what we do is we just kind of give you a little sprinkle of the things that can be happening. Naturopathic medicine is phenomenal with helping people with their guts. Now remember, your digestive system is not just your intestines in your stomach, right? So starts in the mouth. Actually, it probably starts before you even eat your food. Because if you're feeling guilty about what you're eating, then it's going to stress your mind out, which is going to affect how your gut responds. So let's not leave that under the table. Now, it also is in your mouth. Enzymes are secreted. Esophagus goes down into your stomach. Don't forget about your flaps. Into the small intestine and through all of that colon and out of the rectum and the anus. Now, all of that is very important to address when you're talking about gut health. So don't forget about the accessory organs. A lot of people don't consider them part of digestion, right? Gallbladder, liver, pancreas. Very important when we're talking about digestion, especially if you're not digesting your food. And there are certain things that keep you from digesting well. Let's talk about a couple of those things. A lot of things can affect your digestion. And it's not that it happens immediately, but it is that consistency. If you think about stress. Stress for a moment may not affect your digestion except for a little burping and things, but over time it can actually slow motility. Wow. Affect your microbial load and actually stimulate leaky gut. So let's go over some things that can affect how you digest that over time can be a real problem. Stress and emotions, accessory organ issues that we just talked about, that remember, it all works together. Hormonal health, food sensitivities and allergies. Now, if your gut is in raw shape, you're going to have more sensitivities, most likely, than if you were in premier, going along good shape. Other conditions may affect digestion, or even medications for those conditions. Irregular meals, exercise or lack thereof. I've seen problems with digestion with over-exercise and problem with digestion with under-exercise. Exercise may not affect you. Remember, I always say, people are like snowflakes. There are no two alike. So everything affects everyone differently. Alcohol, especially that power drinking that is done in college, can really affect the gastrointestinal system, especially that stomach long term. And I'm talking about gastritis and atrophy of the stomach lining. And that sometimes can be really hard to get back. And as I just said, medications. Now that's not an exhaustive list. So let's continue. Now, most of the people think that you are having digestive problems if you have bloating, gas, and reflux. However, were you aware that also you can have digestive problems with these symptoms? Fatigue, rashes, frequent illness. How much of your immune system is in your gut? There's a huge part of your lymphatic system in your gut. What's in your lymphatic system? White blood cells. And those are going to respond to things it doesn't recognize. So if your gut's all jacked up and you're leaking in there, then your gut's going to be reacting to many more things than you actually have a sensitivity to. So you got to get that fixed. Headaches, migraines, allergies, sinusitis, sinus problems. Man, at one point when I would eat dairy, dadgummit, my sinuses would just plug right up. Weight loss and weight gain. Remember, if you have a chronic inflammatory process going on in your body, you will have not inflammation one place, but actually it can cause a whole response to increase inflammatory markers. Now, most modern medical practitioners under your insurance do not cover these tests. You must remember, you are in charge of your health, no one else. There are ways to get that, and we can help you with that as our patient. And we appreciate you all coming in. Thank you. Anxiety and depression, menstrual difficulties, skin rashes, autoimmune problems, diarrhea, constipation, and food cravings. All of these can have to do with digestion. But it is not an exhaustive list. There are a couple conditions that we do see quite a bit in the clinic, quite a few. Constipation, reflux, diarrhea, loose stools. Some people, don't have clinical diarrhea, but their stools are loose. So that's different. There are some tests that can be done through Wildflower Wellness. We can have that sent to you or send you out for that. And they are food allergy and sensitivity testing, stool testing as a comprehensive digestive stool analysis. And I love this, people, because when you get it, it shows you all of your inflammatory markers for the gut, and it shows you what's growing in there. And it also not only shows you what's growing in there, but it shows you what herbs can be taken that are going to be more effective in balancing that out. And I love that. Is it berberine? Is it grapeseed extract? Who knows? Do the test. And they used to be like almost $1,000, but you can find them, and they're pretty affordable nowadays. And we are more than happy to help you with that at Wildflower Wellness. I do suggest that, testing is a lot of times overdone. I do feel that testing is a good idea as you go along with your health and pay attention to what's going on in your body. I think that a stool panel is not necessarily out of the question for everyone. That way you know what's going on in there. And if you're having problems, absolutely do it. You've got no cost on a Calm Mind about your health. There's no cost for that. And it's just very important just to make sure that you're doing okay and that we have all the things under wraps, right? That's good. Now, there's also the organic acids profile, which we actually have started doing quite a bit. It is a gateway to see, there's like different categories, yeast, bacteria, mineral imbalances. What direction do you need to go in your health, and maybe further testing on imbalances in your overall biochemistry that are associated with those organ systems, brain, gut, that kind of thing. So that's good. Now, a couple of conditions that we see a lot are reflux and gallbladders. Now, those two are very addressable naturopathically, and general maldigestion is very addressable naturopathically. But there are, as you see here, there are a lot of different strategies in addressing gut health. It depends on your etiology. How did you get it? 2, your presentation. 3, what does the test say? Now, and what are you willing to do on your own? The more you're willing to do on your own, the less supplementation that there is. Diet, exercise, rest. Most people don't rest at all. Emotional health, good relationships, working on that. If you're having trouble in your marriage, man, it is so important for your gut health, because that bitterness and resentment, that can really affect that reflux. Believe me, I've experienced it. So do the work. It is so important to get those basics lined out. But we don't live in a perfect world. It's a fallen world. And so you're gonna have things up and down, wax and wane. Do the best you can with what you have, and don't worry. Worry depletes, in Chinese medicine, the spleen, the yi mind, which causes more digestive problems. Worry's terrible for that. So let's look at a few products that, can be used for these things. Here we go. So over here, this is our soothing, right? The first thing we have to do is establish, do we need antimicrobials, anti-inflammatories in that gut? Some of my go-tos are here. You can see the biocidin, the microcidin, and the Paradex. Love those. You also see some berberine. Ooh, and I love the Candibactin ARBR. That's from Metagenics. And, the intestinol, orthomolecular. They also have good parasite remedy. And Integrative Therapeutics Paragard. Love that. And I saw a new one that I need to try out for you guys to see if it works well. Now, you also have to soothe the gut. So I use aloe a lot, Lily of the Valley. I've gotten, honestly, to where I love Aloe Life. And it is just so strong. And it doesn't, now remember, there's aloe leaf and inner, and then there's aloe inner fillet. If you do the leaf, you're gonna poop, right? So the inner fillet is more soothing without the pooping. I was talking to somebody earlier, last week, and she was not aware of that. So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. That's why it's important to have a licensed naturopathic doctor at your service, and we are. We'll talk about how to get in touch with us at the end. Now, these are your soothers. Now, these are just examples. There are a lot of other ones we use. I know Nutritional Frontier has a wonderful one that we often use for reflux, just to get those symptoms down. Remember, when we're working with you, we have to work on the root and the acute. The acute is the symptom presentation. That's the reflux, that's the headache, that's the symptoms. Now, often you do have good results, but it's over time that you're like, I don't remember I had that. So sometimes I'll ask somebody, I'm like, well, what about this so-and-so? And they're like, I hadn't had that in a while, I forgot about it. So I love that. I love that when that happens. Praise the Lord. Now, so ginger, it can be used actually for upper respiratory, but also, remember, ginger can move that stuff along, right? Move that stuff along, and it's very soothing. It's very acrid. A Gastro Soothe by Pacific Biologics actually worked quite well. Vita Aid, and I also like this one, Pure Encapsulations GL Fortify. Now, probiotics. Let's skip over that for a second and come back. We also have the deglycerized licorice. It works, it's okay, it can help, but there are other things that may help better. And that's the GI Inflam. So there are some powders like GI Comfort, GI Inflamma, GI, Innate Response, Optimal Health, different things in powders that actually can soothe. Some of them work well and some of them not. I'm getting ready to try out the Reflux powder by Vital Nutrients and see how that works. You guys will get an update on that. The antacid. Now, if you just need something acute, there are some things, stomach tonic, herbs, etc. The antacid, there's one by Vitamins RX that I really like. I should have brought it. But regardless of what you do, it is so important to get your digestion moving again. So what I like to use is bitters and digestive enzymes. Now, you may not be able to handle digestive enzymes at first with the betaine and the HCl because the stomach is so burny, right? It can cause some burning symptoms. However, over time, as you get that gut healed, that's a good idea, so you're breaking down all your proteins, right, and getting those minerals out of there. So if you want to take a bunch of supplements, which most people do not, then you just take them all separately. But if you don't need them all separately, and that would be for strength, then do a different kind. I like the Pure Encapsulations Digestive Ultra with the betaine. Now, if you don't have a gallbladder, bless the Lord help you. They took your gallbladder out, and some of you may have needed that, honestly. But sometimes it's workable not to. Either way, you still need digestive support. One of my favorites is Douglas Labs Panox 5. People love it. Powerzymes also by Blue Bonnet, that has the ox bile and the betaine and HCl in it, can be very helpful. And I've used fenugreek with that, and sometimes it helps with the symptoms. Now, other enzymes that you need if you have a pancreas issue or you're not getting all those enzymes into the small intestine is the pancreatic. There are different brands. I do like that Professional Health Products. There's just something about that company. I love it. Now, as you get into this, and part of the reason we sample all these is to help you. What's best, what's cheapest, what, bang for your buck, that kind of thing. One of the good ones that I see here, one of the good ones that I see here is, Gastrogest. Bromelain also is very helpful. Gastrogest, and Gastrogest actually has the enzymes in it. It has the ox bile and it has the bitters. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are bitters and why are they important? Bitters are so important because they get all the digestion moving, right? The pancreas, the gallbladder, the liver, very important, the stomach, and they address all that. There are different kinds of bitters put together to help different kinds of conditions. One of my favorites is Quicksilver Bitters number 9. It is magic for a lot of, I gave it to my friend in North Carolina, just as a friend. I'm not going to say her name, she'd get embarrassed. You know who you are. She was having problems with pancreas. She was having all these problems after eating. I gave her that. Bam, knocked that out. So praise the Lord for that. Another thing is probiotics. There are a lot of different probiotics. We use the Transformation, the Claire Labs, the Gero, but I've been hearing about from my friends, and I've seen a few cases of prescriptive medication resistant Clostridium, and had like 5 rounds of prescriptive medications for that, and still comes back. So you get people on a few things. Now remember, it's not just about this for that, this for that. It's what do you need and why did it happen? That's the root. You got to do the root, otherwise it comes back. Now, here you go. This is actually research studied, and this is the no-brainer for Clostridium, and that is the Saccharomyces boulardii. And I just had a friend of mine text me last week, and he's like, his sister-in-law has Clostridium, she's done all the stuff, yada yada yada. I said, take these 3 things. So we gave her the 3 things. Of course, it was an antimicrobial blend and something for stress adrenals, and then that was just suggestion. Yes, but it is very important to do in office because we can, or online, we do video visits. Very important to do that so that we can address your whole picture. And I love that, and it works, and you see results, but it can take time to kind of get that out of there, especially if it's been going on for a long time. And often people do all the other stuff that's a higher force, and then they come in and they want it to work like a magic bullet, and that's unreasonable. But sometimes it does, and I love it when it does. Praise the Lord. Now, the other thing is the C-Cure. I actually am taking this right now. I love C-Cure. It is pre-digested fish protein. It really helps with brain gut health, and it helps you with, it gives you the amino acids because you're probably not breaking them down, which is very important for every freaking system of the body, especially that brain. When I was first trimester, I believe it was first trimester, Dr. Louise Edwards in Naturopathic Medical School, Dr. Louise Edwards said, get these 3 things. And one of them was Cali-Phos, good for the mind, good for overthinking, good to calm your butt down. and that's the cell salt, ladies and gentlemen. The other thing, 6X, the other thing was the C-Cure, and it really kind of helps stabilize that out. And if, remember, any kind of gut problems, you're really having problems with digestion. Now, oh, I forgot about the jade. These are a couple of things that help food propagation. Anyway, the point is, everyone has different needs. Don't ever start anything, especially if you're on prescriptive medications, without consulting your naturopathic doctor. Please make sure you get good advice. If you need a naturopathic doctor, please give us a call. Visit us online. We love to help people. We do. Now, if you want to try some strategies, we would love you to sign up for our online dispensary. Here is our QR code. September the 13th and 14th of this coming 2023, we are going to have an extra 10% discount. On our online dispensary, we have a 10% discount set up. If you do auto, right, so auto purchase, right, every month, then there's an extra 5%, that's 15. Then, for the sale, we get an extra 10%, so that's 20%. If you do auto, that's 25. Anyway, bam, QR code. And if you need help or would like that URL, please instant message me on Facebook. I will get that on Facebook. I appreciate you all. Please follow us on our social media. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, yes, we tweet. Oh, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter, and Facebook. We do a lot through Facebook, and you can see our videos through Facebook, our monthly blogs. We also have YouTube. On our YouTube channel, please follow that. You can like it, share some of your things that you have done that have worked for you. I always love it when you do that. And I pray that you have a good day. We appreciate you all and pray you have a good fall.